I genuinely believe that ChatGPT is a little slow because I asked it to make the candles flat, but it's over here shoving the tops. Welcome back to another video. I was just trying to come up with a logo, but this video is primarily focused around the week that I had today, or not. That made no sense at all. I had a wonderful trading week, and even though I was studying for finals, and I actually ended up performing pretty poorly on my final exams, worse than I expected, obviously because I was just distracting myself and focusing on other things throughout the school year. So it was like I was trying to shove everything into the last week, and it just wasn't enough time to actually succeed. I still got like pretty good scores, but they were pretty bad. Pretty good in my eyes, but if I told anybody else, they'd be like, damn, you failed. But yeah, I walked away on Monday with around like 7K. It was like 6,700. And then on the last day of the week, where I posted on Telegram, I was like, I'm frustrated, man. Like, I miss a generational move on gold. Like, I opened up the charts and I see it run so far up, and I just wasn't ready for that. And I wasn't, even if I was there, like, I don't know, like, because I had to study for finals, my brain just wasn't there. I probably would have lost money if I tried trading it. But I still ended up having a really good week. It was a little under 15K for the week, and I'm blessed to have that week, and I'm just going to hop into the charts and break it down for you guys real quick. So what was my narrative going into those trades, and what were the trades in the first place? So the narrative, first of all, came back around to what happened in the previous month. So obviously I said that June seasonal tendency is actually bearish. However, I should have realized that this immediate rebounds would have pushed the next candle up, like no matter what, because this was an immediate rebalance on the monthly time frame, and when we see those on the lower time frame, where it like prevents a new fair value gap from forming, that's what immediate rebalance is. It tends to typically fly up, and that's what I was kind of neglecting, that this was an immediate rebalance on the monthly time frame. I literally took a trade from here, and I was expecting it to keep running, even to all-time highs. And I don't know what got in my head where I just didn't expect that from June, because I was looking for some sell side. But into this week, Monday, I don't even remember what trade I took on Monday. Actually, let me open up my Instagram and check it out, because I do make those posts. Okay, it was sells. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but it was a bearish move that I caught on Monday, and yeah, so I was obviously bearish, and especially when you walk away with a lot of profit, like I walked away with almost $7,000 on Monday, on a sell. That obviously confirms the fact that I was right about sells, the bearish narrative, and therefore I will be continuing to look for a bearish narrative, and that's what kind of got into my head when I saw it kind of start running. But I was focused on finals, and I didn't really want to execute. And so I was kind of like in this contradiction of like, should I trade or not, And it was really messing with my head. But once we started running off, so this is Wednesday, Thursday, some beautiful price action. Like this tapped into an IFEG on the daily. You guys see this? Closed above, ran all the way down and filled it like nearly perfectly before continuing to expand higher. And that was probably the most perfect setup that I was just like, dude, price action is actually getting respected so well. But the actual trade that I caught was the one from this high right here. So right above this high, there might seem like there's nothing on the daily time frame, but if you scale down and go check one of my previous trade recap videos from like a few weeks ago when I was aiming for buy side, this was one of the targets that I was aiming for, because right above this high is this 4-hour fair value gap right there. And if I stretch this out to the right, you guys will see that it barely missed it. So extend right, you guys see that marked out, and we barely missed it right here. And I was looking for this, like the first time we missed it, I was looking for it like here, until we obviously ran down without touching it. But we barely missed it, and I love using a target above like a high when we barely miss some liquidity. So when I was walking into the charts and I saw that we swept this, first of all, I took some buys from like probably like around 2,410 into this level, and I can open up my trading account and like literally show you guys that I had a bunch of TPs hit at that level. Let me see, because it started off with buys. Obviously I finally transitioned to buys. Okay, there you go. So there's a lot of little losing trades in there, and that's just because of like adding onto the position. But you guys see the winning ones with the TP hit. If you look closely at the numbers, the number is 3440. And 3440 is the exact low of this fair value gap. It was the exact low, and that's where I like got out of all my buy positions and started transitioning into sells. And my like now we scroll down a little bit more and you'll see that I caught the fattest like sells ever. Like literally all my sell positions, I can just scroll for days of just winning blue sell positions. And that's because I just spammed after I got into like a 0.5 on my account, and I just spammed 0.01s, like literally expecting it to just continue running down. And so it was basically sells from there. Like once it got there, I was looking for sells, and the reason why I got out of this position, and it was like literally the perfect like getting out of the position and transitioning back into buys, because obviously the real narrative is bullish. And not only did I transition into buys, but at this time I had already like made like 5,500. So I didn't even withdraw it. I left it in the account and I just started dropping like huge lot size buy positions. So I had like a whole lot of like 3 lots and 2 lots, and I was just looking for buys and buys and buys. Like it was crazy. I was just like, damn, like I can't wait till I'm actually trading live account with this much money. Cause like at this time, you know, I was just aiming for another like little goal before I withdraw all of it. Because the way that I'm trading right now is small amounts to big amount, and then I withdraw everything. But I'm not trading with a live account and trying to withdraw what I make on top. I'm just withdrawing everything that I flip from a small account into a lot of money. So I was excited like to see what I will be able to do when I'm trading on a big account and just like cooking up those huge lot size positions and just withdrawing everything on top. I feel like that's gonna be like crazy. Like I'm gonna fall in love with trading like that. It'll bring me back to those prop firm days, but it's going to be my own money. I can withdraw it right away. And so anyways, why did I get out? Right here. I got out at literally the perfect level before I started transitioning into buys, and that was because of this right here. So once again, we stretch it out. This is a 4-hour fair value gap. It was respected right here. But then when we ran up, we disrespected this, right? So now this is a bullish confluence for an IFEG. And I noticed that we weren't respecting this bullish fair value gap. Why? Because it wanted to dig a little bit lower into this one. So once I saw it tap, I instantly started closing all my like bajillion positions. And once I closed those positions, I transitioned into buys and secured another like 2,500 on the positions into buys. And then I just closed, went to sleep, withdrew the next morning, and that was the $7,700 payout for the week, putting me at around 15K for the week. So that's a little quick trade breakdown of everything that happened this week. My finals week was this week. If not, bro, like think about what I did in 2 days of the week. Had I transitioned into buys and like actually started like focusing into trading earlier into the week, I might have made like 100K, because genuinely the price action was so good and the move was insane on gold. And I feel like gold is like one of the few pairs that just like runs and runs. And I was so locked in, I wasn't really thinking about anything else. I wasn't even on social media, and so like I didn't know about the war news or anything else. And so I was just kind of trading purely based off of price action, which is why I only started trading at around Friday, Thursday. Technically for me it's Thursday night. It was already Friday, like the new day candle, and that's where I caught both of my trades that ended up giving me another 7K for the week. Very blessed, very grateful, and I hope you guys learned something. Lock in, study hard, and you'll be having the same kind of like weeks as me, because like I used to dream about 10K months, and it's just like now I don't see a limit to how much I can make as long as I perform well. There's going to be those losing weeks as well, but it's like when I'm winning and I'm performing well, when I'm risking everything properly, then I will be making so much money, and there's literally no limit to how much I can actually walk away with. It's only going to go up and up. The more money that I have, the more money that I'm able to trade with. Only uphill from here. I'm in the right field. I'll catch you guys in the next week.